Hey man, we just might be a Midwest family now.
Everybody, welcome to another episode of Posted Up with Chris Haynes. I have a 2-for-1 special here. New Milwaukee Bucks guard Jrue Holiday and his wife, soccer star, Olympic gold medalist Lauren Holiday. I got them both here, and it's been a hectic couple of weeks for them. So, and I know you guys are here on behalf of Tonal, and I'm going to get to that and you guys' partnership. But I have to ask, what has these last few weeks been like for you and your family?
Yeah, it's been, to say the least, it's been crazy. A lot going on. Just got to Milwaukee not too long ago. Was just talking to you about the weather. The weather is a lot different out here than most places that I've been. But again, man, Milwaukee opened me. I came in with open arms, or they accepted me with open arms, and it's been great so far. So excited to be here in Milwaukee. And yeah.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We had a baby, and then we moved.
Yeah, we have a newborn. So
Congrats.
Just trying to move, man. Move our stuff from New Orleans to here. Just trying to get everything situated, as well as get the family comfortable, and then getting back into basketball. So, and on top of that, keeping them safe.
Lauren, can you take us behind the scenes a little bit? You're a star athlete in your own right, and as well as a wife, a mother, and there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes on trying to make a relationship and make a marriage like this work, especially when your husband, you don't know where he's going to be, especially this off season. How is it for you juggling all of this as well as about that, having a baby?
I think what makes Jrue and I work really is like when I played, he always told me like, your job, your career, I support you 100%, but those are your decisions and I'll be there for you, but like I can't make those decisions for you. And I think I take the same like backseat to him, like, hey, when it's you and you need to make a decision and it's your job, then that's on you. But when you get traded, it's kind of like hectic. It's like, okay, well, we don't know where we're going. We didn't know we were going here. This is all unexpected. So I think it's been a lot of teamwork, just really the excitement of it and then the logistics of it, moving 2 kids across the country, deciding, okay, are we going to stay together? Am I going to go with you to Milwaukee right away? Or are we going to wait? All of that played a part, but I think with Jrue and I, we're really good together, and I feel like
that's the key right there. We're good together.
So I think that ultimately, and just the help of the Bucks organization making it easy on us, I think for that, it's just been super easy for us to get here and to try and get settled and to make this home.
No doubt, doing it together. That's definitely key. Definitely key. I want to ask you, Jrue. You were the big off-season trade that everybody was anticipating going into this off-season, and there were teams floating from Denver to all over the place on where you could potentially go. Where was it that you thought? Because I think you had a good inclination that you would be traded this summer. Where did you think you might have been headed?
I didn't think that there was any luck with West Coast teams. Just knowing Griff and smart GM and president that he is, he wouldn't send me to a competitor in the West. I felt like I was probably going somewhere back east, somewhere where it was going to be cold. I think Brooklyn was one of the teams. Maybe even possibly Denver. I heard talks about that, but Milwaukee was always in the talks. So I'm excited to be here. Excited to be here with the MVP and All-Star and Chris Middleton. I'm excited to be here with Bud and really just all the new additions that we have. I'm really happy.
And Jrue, you're coming over to a franchise in kind of a time where the Bucks are trying to do everything that they can to make sure they keep a championship contending team around Giannis Antetokounmpo. Is there any pressure? You feel like there's any pressure to try to come in and meet those expectations? Because ultimately they want to keep that big man in town for a long time.
Right. I think there's always some pressure, but that's a part of the fun. That's a part of why I want to be here. Again, they were number one in the East last year, so that's pressure in itself. I want to be a part of that. I think I'm going on toward the end of my career, so I want to be able to be a part of that pressure and see just how I handle it and give myself a chance to win. So again, going to a team like this where yes, it might be a tricky year or whatever, but I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at if we can make it to the playoffs, we want to get to the conference finals. We want to get to the championship. So there's always pressure, but there's a little bit of fun in it.
And Jrue, you're from LA. I'm from Fresno, West Coast guys, and I see you struggling already with the cold there. But you're a little different from a lot of the other stars in the league as far as you're the type that I know that can pretty much play anywhere. But when it comes to a city like Milwaukee, a team like that, a small market team, who's small market teams always have problems keeping stars around. And I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but could you see a future there in Milwaukee beyond, this year? Is that something you're open to, or are you just going to take the wait and see approach?
We're for sure open to it. Again, I'm about winning, and this franchise over the last few years, they have been doing a very good job of that. Man, I'm really trying to win. To be completely honest, I'm trying to put banners up there, a ring on my finger, and I'm trying to have fun doing it. So this really seems like this could be the place for that.
And he's married to a Midwest girl.
And I'm married to a Midwest girl. So
there you go. So there could be some incentive to kind of stick around then. Being around family over there, and to appease somebody sitting next to you.
Very, very true. Her being from Indiana, and it makes it easier on my family too. Both my brothers being in Indiana. So, hey man, we just might be a Midwest family now.
Jrue, so when you first got traded to Milwaukee, were you able to talk to Giannis before or after? And if so, what were those talks like?
Really just excitement. He's a really cool dude. Where I think at the time he was still in Greece, so I'm pretty sure he was preparing, trying to come back. But man, really accepting, excited for me to come and get this work. So we're really excited just to whenever we can be on the court at the same time and really just progress together as teammates.
We're getting into I seen you briefly in the bubble, there with New Orleans, and everything went as planned. We're able to crown a champion. Now we're stepping into uncharted territory with the way the league is going to move forward now. So is there any concern on your behalf, or even from your wife Lauren? Is there any concerns of the way the season is going to move forward without there being a bubble? Though it's kind of it's a little scary.
Yeah. It is going to be, again, I think the bubble was the safest place on earth. We were tested every day. If you didn't, there's consequences for it. You couldn't step outside a certain parameter on the hotel if you weren't allowed to. But I think this is going to be just another challenge. It's going to be something different where it's going to be more accountable on guys, I think, to do the right thing. And to do the best that they can to be as safe as possible, which I've been doing for the last whatever. And I wouldn't say I was necessarily quarantined once I got back from the bubble, but really just going places that I feel were important for me to go, that I had to go to, and not doing stuff careless, taking care of things, always wearing my mask, always washing my hands, try not to touch anything anyway. This was before the pandemic. I tried to stay away and from people and do all that, but I just think it's more about the details now and just kind of hope for the best.
Lauren, what's your concern level with how things are going to play out? Because ultimately, you the family could be affected as well.
I'll be honest, I haven't even thought about it. I feel like when he went to the bubble, I thought about it. Now I have a newborn and a 4-year-old, so I haven't even thought about it. I'm just like, as long as he's safe. I know Jrue, and I know that he takes all the precautions, and he's very cautious of what he does. So I haven't thought about it, but it's crazy to think how the season's going to go and how they will be able to keep it under control.
Okay. Well, I have one more hoops question, and I'll get to what you guys are partnering up with Tono and the tremendous things you guys are doing there. But Jrue, I want to say when you look at the landscape of the league, man, the Lakers are stacked up. They've got Dennis Schroeder, Montrezl Harrell. Clippers kind of, they lost Montrez. They was able to get Serge Ibaka, and what Milwaukee did. Boston lost Gordon Hayward. How does Milwaukee stack up? I was just saying the East right now, with just as constructed. A team a little bit different, but how do you feel?
I think we proceed as normal. They were number one in the East last year, and that's, I feel like, the plan for this year. A lot of new pieces. We have some shooters. We have some defenders. We have a solid bench. So again, I'm truly excited to be over here and be here in the West, but I think we have a chance to be really good.
Okay, now I want to ask you guys about Tonal, the company you guys partner with, which is a smart home gym to work out with. And, I've heard a lot about it over the last few years, and I'm interested in seeing what you guys found so fascinating about it.
I'm not gonna lie. When we first had the opportunity to get one or to use one, I doubted it. I'm like, I think it's gonna be like the same home gym, whatever. And we got one at the house, and I was completely wrong. So my wife was right. I'm the type of person that likes to throw weight on my back and move it, but with this digital weight system, it's like it's your own spotter, but at the same time, so you can self spot. It's crazy. Then at the same time, it gives you feedback as you're doing something. It's really remarkable, to be completely honest.
And for me, being a professional athlete and playing in the Olympics and everything and going through the ringer, I feel like it's one of the best like pieces of equipment I've ever used, and it's really because of the versatility. Like you can have a trainer on screen helping you, or you can just use the weight system, the digital weight system yourself, and it's really personalized. So not needing anybody else to be there with me to use it is huge for me as a mom and an ex-athlete.
Yeah, I also think that us being in two different sports, we train a little differently. And this device gives us the chance to be able to train each of our different sports. So I think that was also super cool.
I gotta ask this question, a little off topic, but how do your kids grow up and live up to this? Like, you know what I mean? How do you guys prepare them to when it's at a time where they're competing in sports to live up to what mommy and daddy has done in their careers?
We tell our daughter whatever she wants to do, she can do. If she wants to play piano, she can play piano. But she is stupid athletic. She is really, really athletic.
She is. We're pretty chill, and we don't really give that type of pressure. And we know the pressure of somebody trying to put pressure on us. So we don't want to do that to our child or our children. But she's like, she got her mom competitiveness. Honestly, she like when she sees red, it's a wrap. She's a sore winner and she's a sore loser. So
yeah.
Hey, whatever it is, it's been working for you guys, and I'm impressed to see love, man, to see you guys doing it together, and I know you guys been through a lot together, especially the last couple of years. So I'm glad that Lauren, I'm glad you're okay. And I'm glad y'all making it work and doing this thing. So I appreciate y'all for coming on and just give us some insight on and off the court.